My Lord Lieutenant, my High Sheriff, my Lord Mayor, Your Excellency, distinguished and honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. I know exactly what's going through your mind at this precise moment. How boring will it get over the course of the next 18 minutes and 23 seconds? There will be winners and there will be losers, but I'm hopefully not going to disappoint anybody. Some of you might be visiting our great St. George's Hall for the first time. Like you, I will always remember my first ICA dinner here 19 years ago, especially the food, which has improved greatly since. I also remember the intimidating beauty of this hall, the pomp and circumstance of the dinner, which are so beautifully British, but which also embody the traditions and the long history of this association and highlight 3 centuries of common destiny between King Cotton and the city of Liverpool. Like wine, cotton harvests have good vintages and bad ones. And so goes the ICA dinner. In 1997, I was left wondering who in the kitchen got the cheese and the dessert served the wrong way around. In 1999, I was shocked to see that for the 3rd year in a row, the same idiot got the cheese and the dessert served the wrong way round again. In 2001, I discovered that the Duke of Lancaster was actually a lady. In 2005, I managed to be both foolish and reckless at the same time by buying a vintage Italian sports car at auction, sight unseen, over the phone. And yes, it did happen here. The car has since increased in value tenfold. Regretfully, I sold it 6 months later. That's trading. In 2008, I remember some year with the cotton industry on the brink after the March futures explosion and the September worldwide financial collapse. In 2010, everybody in the industry was optimistic and excited by the start of what was to become the biggest rally in cotton history. In 2011, the industry gathered here, decimated by 12 months of extreme volatility, leading to a stupendous amount of high-value defaults. In 2013, I bought a new dinner jacket, as the previous one wouldn't fit anymore. But of course, last year was by far the most special for me. Being left to wait outside a full room for 20 minutes whilst the organizers were trying to move some guests who decided to sit at the top table and refused to move was a highlight. If you're in the room tonight, thanks again for your cooperation this year. Over the course of the last 19 years, I've also had the sheer enjoyment, in between the dessert and the cheese in that order, to see a string of sheepish-looking presidents extending the olive branch to their wives after 12 months of quasi-absence. Please, please, welcome me to the club. Without the support of my dear wife, Maura, the sacrifice of some quality time with our 5-year-old son, Louis-Antoine, and the continuous hard work of my colleagues, my presidency would have been either an exhausting challenge or impossible altogether. So I'd like to thank them all from the bottom of my heart. I'd also like to make a special mention to the work of the Secretariat, very ably led by Kai Hughes, who worked tirelessly to ensure the association runs smoothly and efficiently. My speech last year in San Francisco was mostly received with a mix of interest and skepticism. A number of people told me after the dinner, "We know where you live." Sorry, that's the wrong version. "We like what you said, but do you really think you can deliver?" And it quickly dawned on me that 12 months is a very short period of time. So we had to get things going, and going fast. Thankfully, we have a brilliant, dedicated, hard-working board. The support has been invaluable this year, and I have no doubt that we'll continue under Jörg Reinhardt's stewardship. To me, there are a number of achievements the association can be proud of this year. As promised last year, our PICs have been busy establishing whether members have been respecting our articles or not. And you will have seen that it finally means something to be caught trading with defaulters. We are in the process of strengthening and streamlining the process and replace PICs with a proper disciplinary committee. We've changed our governance to ensure the association speeds up decisions, draws out all the expertise from our board members, and spends more time working on its strategy. We had our strategic board meeting in March in Bremen, together with the Bremen-Bamwol-Börse representatives on the board of ICA Bremen, our joint venture operation. We visited the facilities, which are arguably the best and most advanced in the world, and concluded unanimously that we wanted to see our partnership extended for another 5 years. We finally addressed a long-standing criticism from the spinning industry. We are making our value differences fairer, not in a way that penalizes small variations in quality, which are to be expected in a natural commodity, but to punish shipments that are deliberately miles away from what has been contracted. After this, who can seriously call the ICA a merchants club anymore? We've also tackled the issue of spurious appeals as a way to delay a defaulters listing onto our list of unfulfilled awards, a problem that became particularly acute following the huge volatility of 2010-11. This was a complaint from the merchant community, and in particular from our friends at ICA. So we worked with them to come up with a solution that is balanced, improves the way we operate our arbitral system, and fits legal requirements. These are but a few highlights that do not do justice to the continuous work of a number of committees which are the soul and heart of the association, where members spend the valuable time ensuring the ICA moves forward. There is, in our Liverpool house up on the hill behind the Anglican Cathedral, a cartoon of two old grumpy men moaning, "The future is not what it used to be." The cartoon makes me laugh, but as a business model for the ICA, I'm sorry, but it doesn't work. The very reason why the association is celebrating tonight its 175th anniversary is because our forefather had the vision and the courage to question the status quo and to embrace change. Today, the association reflects the truly global nature of the cotton business through its membership, through its board, through its initiatives. Anybody who thinks they can benefit from the clout of ICA membership but be above its articles and rules is living in the past. Feel free to huff and puff, or to take us to court. We won't stop the association moving ahead. I'd like to finish my remarks with an anecdote that happened to me earlier this year. Those who know me can vouch that sport doesn't feature terribly highly on my list of priorities, neither to watch nor to practice. Too many Michelin-star lunches combined with an addiction to cheese have made my cholesterol level over the past few years look like the 2010 cotton rally. And I haven't done anything about it, to the point where my doctor is threatening arbitration. In an attempt to tackle the issue, or since we're between ourselves, to try and appease my wife, I decided to start jogging again. To say start again is a bit of an exaggeration. I had bought my last pair of running shoes in Memphis in 1997, and they're still brand new. So, armed with a somewhat inflammable determination, I decided to visit an Adidas shop in central London, just to be faced with the most shocking sight. A pile of sport shirts with labels saying proudly, "It's not cotton, it's better." I regretted straight away to have ventured into such a hostile environment, retreated promptly, and went for lunch at Scott's. I reflected upon what had happened, and things quickly became clear. I ordered lobster with a glass of champagne. But as importantly, or should I say more importantly, cotton as a fiber is under attack, and has been now for a long time. Cotton consumption is a problem. In actual fact, it's our problem, whether we're producers, merchants, or spinners. The cynics amongst you will be keen to point out that the two ICA presidents who have been most vocal regarding cotton's loss of market share in the last few years have been Jordan Lee and myself. And we're also the only two ones who, 6 months a year, wear shoes without socks. Might well be true, but shouldn't detract our attention from the huge challenge posed to cotton by man-made fibers, and especially polyester. Huge amounts of money are invested in research and marketing to produce a fiber that is of even running quality, increasingly nice to wear, available at short notice all year round, and isn't prone to wild market gyrations. Did I mention it's also half of the price of cotton? How can we compete? We can't stand idle, we have to fight back, but to achieve this, we must unite as an industry rather than lead compartmental or national campaigns. When was the last major technical breakthrough in cotton? The BTC in the mid-90s, just before I bought this famous pair of shoes in Memphis. We haven't lost the war, but we have lost many battles already. From a very selfish angle, the cotton trader at large is trying to slice a small cake into smaller pieces. Let's not make the pieces smaller, let's make the cake larger. It isn't the role of the ICA as an arbitral body to promote cotton consumption. But together with ICA Bremen on the technical side, and considering we have a lot of the industry around our board table, it could be the role of the ICA as a trade association. Tonight, I'd just like to bring you the idea. Several commodity associations are both an arbitral body and at the same time defend the interests of the commodity they operate in, and perhaps it is time to consider this evolution for our association. Ladies and gentlemen, I've dreaded this moment as much as you relish it. How is a 5'8" president going to put the ICA medallion round the neck of a 6'6" president? The answer in a few moments. It has been a true privilege to serve the association, especially in such an auspicious anniversary year. It has been exciting, it has been a lot of work. I've received the delightful hospitality of many cotton people around the world, and I've enjoyed working with a remarkable board and such a dedicated secretariat. I feel that the ICA is at its best when it both leads and listens. This is what we've tried to do this year, and I have all confidence that the association is in the best shape to write the next chapter in its history. Thank you.